Good evening, my darlings. I know this may not be evening when you're watching it, but it is evening for me at the moment. I fully intended to stream this tonight, but I wasn't getting above 1000 kbps upload, and I was dropping frames like 90%. So, it's slightly cloudy and rainy outside, and that's what's doing it. So I can't do anything about that, except record this and upload it. So that is what we're going to do, but I need to finish posting because I thought the weather would be moved out by now, and I was wrong. Alright, so I'm finishing posting quick social updates, and then I'll be ready to load this one up. Again, my sincerest apologies, and thank you for bearing with me. Alright, there we go. Let me go back over here. Alright, so I'm gonna privatize that one because it's literally less than a minute of failed stream. Okay. Alright, so, anywho, yes, the quick rundown, you know the drill. My name is Neysa, NeysaDoes, and tonight the game will be Wildermyth. I was letting stream finish trying to, download the cloud, which it's not doing because of the weather, so we're just gonna play without the cloud today. It'll be fine. I was thinking about starting up a new file anyway. Depends on if it saved my old ones or not, because it can't download the cloud. We are currently listening to the Wildermyth soundtrack on Spotify, so that is also a thing. As the description said, I played Wildermyth back in like 21 and 22, but the last time I played it was September 9th of 2022, so it's literally almost 3 years to the day in the past. I remember really liking it. I put like 32 hours into it. It's really fun. It kind of helped fill the gap when I was on a hiatus from some D&D games. It has a very much like tabletop-ish and like collaborative, imaginative feel to it. You can tell it was built by people who really love TTRPGs and like narrative storytelling, things like that. It's extremely enjoyable. It is taking a while to load though. Oh my good lord. Let me see what I can clear here and see if I can get it to behave. I'm not going to edit any of this out. I pride myself on showing y'all the good and the bad. But if I think about it, I'll drop a timestamp for y'all. It is struggling something fierce over here. It's fully downloaded. That should not be the problem. Steam says it's launching. I think that's a fib. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, I'm going to cancel it there. I'm going to Control-Alt-Delete. Let's see if it's showing up in the... Okay, it's not showing up in Task Manager, so it should be completely done there. Let me go ahead and click play again. If launching it directly through Steam doesn't work, play anyway. Play anyway, please. If launching it directly through Steam doesn't work, I'm going to have to go and find the shortcut on my external hard drive and see if it'll launch that way. Because it's showing it should work. It's just... everything is deciding to fight me today, apparently. Between the weather and the actual tech itself. But anyway, it is what it is. I will keep pushing as best I can for y'all. Hopefully it behaves here in a second. But I don't want to put us on dead air if I can avoid it. Why today of all days? I don't know. I had such big plans. That's why, because I had the plans. That do be how it do sometimes. All the times. Still showing as loading. Or loaded. It says running. Okay, that's better than nothing. But I still don't see it. What else can I stop in the background? Not that. This I can stop, I think. Let's exit that. Let's exit that. And even let's quit that for now. Just clear up some RAM and see if that helps us a little bit. Aha! Alright, that helped. So now, hopefully we can get... Boop. Alright, it's very little right now. Give me a moment. Oh. Finicky, ain't ya? Now it's not responding. Great! Okay, no, we get it, Buff. We get it. I would like you to finish doing your thing so I can close you, please. I suppose I'll tell y'all about Buff a little bit because I think it's showing up on here. Well, maybe it's not. Okay, cool. Never mind. I thought the Buff overlay was going to be showing. Alright, let me... go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro. This thing is all over the place. Come on now. Okay, it shouldn't have had anything else to download. That's not... Alright, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna do this. Close this, please. Close this, please. Killing me. There we go. Now... come on. I believe in you. I don't know if I should at this point, but I do. Come on. Okay, it says Alt-Enter to toggle full screen. Never mind, I don't need that. Alright, I'm gonna close this, and... trying to get back to my desktop real quickly. But it's not wanting me to, so give me 1 second. There we go. No! Come back. There we go. Alright. I wanted to make sure that it was properly aligned. Okay, looks good. Sorry. Okay, so if I think about it, I'll drop basically 13 minutes, the 13-minute timestamp, for if you skipped ahead, welcome back. Alright, cool. So, now let's actually get to some recording here. I named myself this, Kairos, because, that's the name of the father god of the pantheon that I created for my D&D Worlds rail. Oh, I also needed to turn off Spotify. Hang on one second, since we're in game now. There we go. My bad. Sorry. Had the overlay going. Overlap of musics. Let's actually turn it down a little bit. That didn't quite help. Let's try. There we go. A little more. Drop that a little bit too. Okay. Done. Alright, so the way that Wildermyth works is you can literally play, if it'll show them with the corrupted cloud save. It saves every character that you've played in the game, or the ones that survive, the ones that you choose to save. It saves them, and you can then bring them back as kind of like playable NPCs in future iterations. They're obviously more overpowered than some of your others, but they can be really helpful to like connect your stories across campaigns. It was a really clever idea. It kind of harks back to, of course it's gonna bog down here. There we go. So yeah, these are all characters that I built their stories in the different campaigns. These two guys, if I remember correctly, Art and Willon, I think I made them husbands, and I think they adopted a kid. I think. I could be entirely wrong. But, I think these are girlfriends. Lorana and Senia. She's new, I think. Edina. I don't think she lasted long. Who's that? Galadun. My bad. I think Ratara and Thisti are related? Maybe not. Hang on. Relationships. Nope, I was wrong. Art is Thisti's parent. Okay. So where's Art? This is Art. Art. There we go. So that's one of their. There we go. So keyed. And you can mark them as playable. So it's kind of cool. You don't have to save all of your characters. Ardmoth, I think, was one of my first guys. And he lived a good long time, but you can see he he got into some trouble. So he's got a Sylvan effect on. He's marked with green after sleeping in a spirit's clearing, and now he's lost his whole entire right arm, bearing a bony gauntlet. So he's got like wither damage that he can do, which is super cool. His parent is Ardson, so maybe he's not one of the first ones I had. Where's Ardson at? I don't know where Ardson is. I don't even remember this person. Who's this? She old though. Good lord. Oh, and she got crowed out. Look at that. Relationships. No relationships. Okay. Well, my bad. Loner. Zerfar. Anyway, I have a lot of people apparently. I didn't realize I had this many people saved up. I got a few dog-headed folks. These two girls, I think, I had them married too, but I think they had some issue. No. Okay, my bad. I thought I had them in a romantic relationship. Apparently I was wrong. I have no idea where Ardson is, honestly. Arthwing. I don't remember how he got the Storm Touch. Let's see. Storm Touched. Contains the coiled power, but how? Crackles and storm gaze. Flash ominously. Okay. Any relationship there? No. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't remember. Enough digging around in the past for things that I can't remember. Let's go play a new story. So there's lots of different stuff. You can also select essentially a randomizer, where it lets you do procedurals, but there's no main villain story. Then each of these has a villain story that you're working toward, like the BBEG. And there's different types of enemies that prevail in these BBEG type stories. So Age of Ulstrix, the Gorgons are like your generic abominations in the woods kind of things. They're mutated monsters. The Enduring War with the Morthagi are like the Modrons if you do Magic the Gathering. They're Clockworks and obviously and Steamworks. They're cool. They're also there's a lot of armor in this one, so this is a 5-chapter story, and you got to be really careful to make sure you're doing enough damage but also protecting yourself because these enemies don't go down quick. Monarchs Under the Mountain. The Deepists, if I remember correctly, are kind of like cultists. Yeah, cultists. And there's a lot of like fog of war stuff in this one because you're like underground a lot of the time, so you can't see very far. Illuna and the Moth is kind of alien-esque. The Thrixel are kind of like the Thrycreen from D&D lore, mixed with a little bit, like I said, alienness, a little bit of aliens and like transdimensionality. And psychic damage. Pretty cool stuff. Very pretty stuff too. I think I was working in All the Bones of Summer. The Drauven, I think, are lizard folk. I think. And I don't know anything about the Sun Swallower's Wake. I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to hold off on that. I think we'll just do a 3-chapter procedural for tonight. Because these campaigns, they take a couple of hours or more each to, if you're gonna do them well, and sometimes it takes some redo, and I don't quite remember all the finagles and finesse, so we'll just do a quick 3-chapter campaign, just to see what we get. So we'll have the main enemy be, let's go random, and difficulty. So for difficulty, you can set it for walking lunch. So storyteller is kind of your easy mode. Adventurer is standard. So this would be like normal. Tragic hero is your hard mode, and walking lunch, obviously everything is bad. So, I think tonight we'll go storyteller since I'm coming back after 3 years away. But you know what? I will allow myself to do this, carved in stone. No save scumming. No retry, no reload. I feel like that's a good enough consequence. So we'll do that, and here we go. We'll give it a minute. I'm gonna click and see if it'll... Yeah. Let's see if it's gonna behave or not. There we go. Alright, so we can set up our party from the beginning. They'll tell you kind of their archetypes here. So we've got a future warrior is our greedy leader. We've got a future hunter is a decisive poet. And we've got our future mystic is our compassionate loner. So essentially we've got our fighter, our ranger, and the wizard. Those are the three. You're not completely limited to your class stuff. There is a little bit of like reskinning and refinagling you can do. Also, you can change them here. And you can even take a look at them here and edit. You are running multiple characters every time. The AI doesn't really do too much for you. And you can look at all of their stuff. You can't change anything here, obviously. But it will also show you personality stats if you want. Their history could tell you something, and you can edit like these are like seeds, like personality or story seeds. So Sen grew up thinking of Elmstel as the most ignorant and academically stifling place in all the Yondering. It wasn't until years after she left that she would develop a fondness for it. For years she earned bread as a guide on the edge of a marsh, showing travelers through muck and mist to the other side. Yet, yes, she often ran from the past, but she found a simple kind of courage facing death beside her friends. She's got nostalgic, wild heart, and loyal as her like hooks, and enduring aspects and gear. Okay, so let's see. So I guess these aspects are the actual like your bits, like your categories and stuff. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm just gonna let's take a look. Let's just jump in. Alright, growing the lands. It takes just a bit of time to put all this together. Get ready. So, the game does have some aspects of like tower defense and like city builder. Lots and lots of stuff. They marched over the hills on a dead, dull day. This is Scythe Winds, and it tells you the author of this particular like portion of the story. This is Douglas Austin. Dralvin, and we got a cow going moo. Your walls doomed us, Yonel. They doomed us. There's some Dralvin here. Hey. Spurred by season, by hunger, or by some unknown star, they came to take all they wanted, make ruin of all they reviled. They blew like a terrible wind, full of blades and fire and fearsome noise. Like a storm, like a gale, it seemed they had no purpose but to ravage and raze. But that's not where the story ends. We got one of our people looking for Queloth. A few weeks after word of the incursion spreads, there's those abroad who refuse to be shorn down. How shall I convince the others? We have to stay together, get more folks, and... Queloth, you around here? Come up quietly. There's two of them. I've been watching a while. They've got gear. Looks made by people, says Queloth. If we bury them both, I suppose we have a right to whatever they've taken, says Sen. Sen, Queloth, I'm getting shot at. Owl show? Oh no. Our poor ranger. Guess this is it. Have to stand together. Attack together. So, So you can choose a like an in-character response for Quailoth, and it will enhance either rivalry, friendship, or romance. I think she'll do better if we give her a boost to rivalry. Because sometimes you can get special effects from rivalries. So we've got combat modifier Cunning. All heroes' flanking attacks deal +2 damage. And our foes, this tells us what we've got. We've got darts and stumps. The dart, carefully and quietly, it looks for an opening and places its next shot. So ranger, obviously. And stump, it moves with a warrior's bearing and barks for the thrill of the fight. So, you've got your traditional square type board with how far you can move. Down here are your action points. So 1 action point, 2 action point, and then a freebie, something quick. When you're done, that's done. You can't do anything else. So you can attack scenery and stuff. But I'm gonna get him here. And then let's see how close we can get her. And she does have some range, so we'll get her here. Alright. So now we'll have her shoot. Dodged it. Now we'll have him attack. Nice. Okay. Now we've got our mage boy here. But he doesn't have much in the way of maginess yet. So we're going to have him... I think we're going to have him wait here. Ooh, that thing is quick. Let's go with him here. Let's come back to her. Bring her over here. Alright, can we now get our guy here? Big swing. Okay. Let's bring her... I should have held her off. Let's move her back a bit. Kind of spread things around a little. That'll use her next action, but I think that's okay. Alright. We'll make them choose. Okay. Alright, let's get Quailoth in here. Okay. Strike. Took cover. Damn. Let's get... Strike. A little better, a little better. Let's bring her maybe over here. See if she can shoot right between. Nope. But took away some of their armor. The armor is the blue bits. Let's move him up here. Move him right here. And swing batter. There we go. Alright. Took a little bit, but we got it. Alright, so these are your level ups. Warriors like Sen are built hardy, enduring with a natural aptitude for battle. They develop powerful techniques for close combat. So we can give her the Broad Swipes ability. For melee attacks, deal 3 damage to all other foes within range. Paladin, if she ends her turn by moving as an action, she will automatically enter Guardian, and Thundering Challenge once per combat as a swift action, she can frighten the enemy, forcing them to spend their next turn running away. Guardian is good because it's essentially Sentinel from D&D. If they enter your range, you can strike them. I think I'm going to go with Paladin for her. It's always good to have a Paladin in the party. All Show is now a Greenhorn Hunter. Hunters like him thrive in the wild, surviving through stealth and peerless archery. They master their surroundings and bring down large quarry. The abilities we can choose from: Fox Flight, which is passive or active. He's got a +1 speed, and once per combat as a swift action, he can activate to dodge the next 2 attacks against him, which does reduce his +1 speed. Through Shot fires a cleverly placed arrow that will pass through the first target and hit the next in a line, dealing -1 damage to the second target. Also got Ambush. Draws back using a ranged attack on the first enemy who enters the threatened tiles, dealing an extra +2 damage. If the shot is not sprung, he gets a free attack at the beginning of his next turn. Ooh, I kind of like that one. So we'll take Ambush for some sneak attack. And now we've got Greenhorn Mystic. Acquired a knack for interfusing his spirit with earthly things, drawing on these bonds to enact formidable magics. Vigor Flow: for each interfused object, his melee and ranged gains +2 damage. Interfused objects take 1 damage whenever a melee or ranged attack is used. Arches: Quailoth bonds with the earth and summons from Seedling and Silt a wondrous tree that pins surrounding enemies. Or Spirit Blade: when allies stand directly adjacent to an interfused object, they gain +1 bonus damage. Interfused blazes can be used to grant nearby allies fiery attacks. I'm gonna do Spirit Blade for some extra damage across the party. We also got Loot. We got a Brooch of Courage, which enhances blocking skill. Since we've got only one pally here, we're going to give that to Sen. Claim it. Okay. Everything's gone quiet. You think there's more? Let's check the camp. We really can help people if we want. Protect them, I think, proving that it's going to feel like an obligation. Not a lot they left us to find. A brief sifting through the Drauven Drek reveals very little. Oh, and before you two do start snipping each other's sleeves, there were 3 adolescent cubs of a slain mother bear. Together they chased off the hunter who'd felled her, but they didn't stop growing then. In fact, they'd only just begun. What? Us 3 is fine. I'm willing to try it, long as we're not beholden to anyone. One small victory point draws them down a lifelong, harrowing road. And the Drauven who whirled across these lands like scythe winds will find flurry met with flurry, blade with blade. Winter will give way to spring, and willful weather change its temper. Dun dun dun. So we got Name the Company, also by Douglas Austin. Every company of heroes is called by at least one name, a name spoken or spelled in tradition and handed along ever after. These heroes will be known as Bull's Vengeance, the Kestrels of the Glutted Blade, or the Command of the Bright Dawn, or enter our own name. I think I like the Kestrels of the Glutted Blade. Alright. These are the stories of the Kestrels of the Glutted Blade. Be remembered. Okay, so we can, for Chapter 1, we clear hostile sites and locate Airtus Smithery. These are our goals here. You literally have a time pass, and this is calamity cards. These are the next big story beats that happen. So you can send your party to scout areas that you are connected to. but you can also recruit at different places. You can see your little character tokens on the board, and each settlement that you accrue has certain resources that it can produce. So you can prepare defenses. It takes time, obviously. You can craft thingies, or you can recruit or send all your party to one space. I'm going to recruit to start with. We only need to send one hero to recruit. I don't think that Sen is best for that. We'll send Quailoth to recruit. Okay. And then we'll send our party to scout. Time goes by. We lost a couple of days. Alright, so now we've got a bookish coward named Gordon. There's a little boogaloo on my microphone, and it is bugging the hell out of me. Get off. Okay, so bookish coward. Now it's on my nose. We'll take him. Alright. Didn't take long to trek back to Rocky Guff, and the town still seemed like the best bet for finding another able pair of hands. Oh, this is by Anne Austen, One for the Road. So Gordon says, wait, it's you from the heroes? Right, anyway, I was hoping you'd come back. Everything okay? Everything's fine, and that's just it. It's been quiet in Rocky Guff so far, but I heard those things you said, that talk of monsters and terror and, how it's bearing down on our very civilization, and it stuck with me more than I would have thought. Is that how we put it? Possibly. Forming a company of heroes can get one a little fired up. You were right, though. Sitting at home waiting to be devoured or corrupted or some such didn't sound like such a solid idea anymore. Well, we could use another fighter on our side if you're up for it. Well, fantastic. I'm glad you offered. I don't know if I could have gotten up the nerve to ask him myself. Far be it from us to turn you down, then. So, we can choose how he trains. I think a bookish coward would be better as another hunter, but I kind of feel like we should have another melee at this point. So, we'll go with another melee. Train him as a warrior. Okay. So, we'll prepare the recruit with Quailoth. Go ahead. That's a working. We're losing days up here. Alright. So, in the wilderness, Jeremy Bernstein and Douglas Austin, they hadn't realized the wrinkled horizons of painted Dandy Hills hid so much. For a day and a half, and mostly by accident, Owlshow and Sen have ended up ambling their way up among tracks only deer have trod and coyotes and bears. They camp for an evening in a stand of firs. Yellow pollen coats the stones. And he's singing, "Her gaze lit on a cold-eyed crow, old as the first glow of starlight." My voice sounds better than usual. I wonder if but I'm supposed to get dinner going. A meal can be a meaningful thing. What'll it mean to you, you poor brave woman? She's saying, hurry up. What happened? I need you to follow me because just come on. What's wrong? Tell me it's not a wildfire. We shouldn't run towards it if that's the case. Don't ask questions, just do what I say. Run! Sen bolts between the firs and Owlshow flails to find his feet. Wait, Sen, it's not good. She's really moving. Can you... Oh, surprise! Felt good looking at it. It is good. I hadn't thought to look for the sunset in a long time. I'm realizing it's amazing. Sometimes I want you to look at things that the things I see is what I maybe mean, selfish as that sounds. Who'd call that selfish? I think that's friendship. I think it's... It's what you do when, he crushing. These journeys are long and tiresome where they usually become that way. This, though, maybe you don't even realize it, but I see why people fall in love with you. Oh, damn. He crushing hard. Hard. Damn. And so he told her the sun goes down. Next, a glitter, the stars all rose. And he took off her nose. Come here for romance. So Sen said, how about some potatoes? And for friendship, yeah, dinner would be good. I'm gonna go romance. He crushing super hard. Though there's maybe that one hanging over us question of what will change if we... Who are you worried about? Ooh. No. We rivals. We friends and rivals. We not... Can you just kiss me already? Aww, look at that. They're adorable. I can't. Oh, that was fast. That was super duper fast. Alright, let's go ahead and build a station here. So we can... The Rocky Guff Masons Guild has identified a prime spot for a quarry. The hill druids say little, but the seasonal spirits are known to require a henge. Still, taverns full of miners swear there's ore in them hills. So we're spending one of our essentially legacy points, or like your big scale action points. And stations provide resources at the end of each chapter, which you can then spend to upgrade your weapons and armor. So quarries provide ingots and fabrics, henges provide ingots and spell threads, and mines provide 2 ingots. I think we'll go with a quarry. Let's go with a quarry. And it'll take them 25 days. Which should be close to about the time that Gordon is getting done over here, and then we'll have 2 pair. Almost, not quite. So the quarry has been established. Hog Reach Quarry. Lovely. Let's try to build a bridge over the river. A river crossed can't be uncrossed, though bridge may burn and trail be lost. Let's go ahead and get it started. Takes us 64 days. That'll give us time to get Gordon done back on the road. Okay. Gordon is ready, so he can have Thundering Challenge for the Frighten, another Paladin, or Wolf Call. After a successful kill, Gordon's allies gain +2 speed for this and the following turn. Let's try Wolf Call. That sounds good. And let's send these 2 to go scout. Alright. So we're just waiting on stuff to get done. There we go. Bridge has been built. Now we will go scout this way as well. Alright. Thorthia's marshland has been revealed. And it has enemies, the lurking Drauven. So we do need the rest of the crew for that. So I think I'm gonna set them up to gather. We'll have everybody gather. It'll take a little bit of time, but we can get it done before the next calamity card or the next incursion over here. So, alright, now we will fight. We've got all 4. Tally-ho. Alright. Heart of Stars by Shay Rossi. Looks like a good place to stop for the night. Rest up. We've got a busy day tomorrow. I'll see you all later. Gotta go do something. You want some company? Yeah, okay. What are we doing? You not getting enough walking in today? Not that I mind a nighttime stroll. Someone I used to know died on this day. Oh no. So each year I light a candle for her. It's a real nice tribute. Long time ago, but, well, you never stop missing them. No, you just learn to carry it more lightly. Amen to that. Damn. What's that? Some sort of shrine? So we either choose a perfect place for a candle, or we ignore it because it looks sacred. You know what? Looks like the perfect place. Why not? I'll show Niels setting the candle on the shrine. Oh, what's that? It's a little thing. Oh. And just as suddenly as it appeared, it's gone once more. They gained +10 temporary accuracy. Nice. Like it. Alright, so now we've got more stumps, more darts, extra darts. Alright. So, good to know. So, this spirit, if you can catch it, one of the characters can get a boon from it, basically. Somebody needs to open the door. I'm going to start with Sen. We'll get her over here. And we'll have Gordon beside her here before we open the door. We'll have Gordon open it. Alright, now we'll have... You know what? I kind of want my mage to get his booty over here to the stone spirit. Beautiful. So, it would give a tier 0 wand. Or, like, I'll take the legacy point since I already have a better wand. So we're done there. Okay. Now let's get our boy in here. Alright. Let's get... Since we got more movement, since there's no enemies yet, we'll get you there. Do you still have movement? No, you're done. Okay. Gordon, get right behind there. Okay. Alright. Somebody's got to open the door. Let's have you open the door. Still don't see anything. Send her up to the next door. Okay. Still nothing. Send her on in. Okay. Let's get him all the way in here as well. And bam. Okay. Reset. Nice. Okay. Let's have her. I'll put her here so it'll trigger Sentinel if he tries to move. Either of them tries to move. Beautiful. Okay, let's get our guy in here. He can't do anything right now, but we can set him for Guardian as well. And let's get you in here, but let's have you interface with... Sorry, interfuse. Let's have you interfuse with this. Alright, and so interfusions are basically your connections to different physical things, and then they may have a different thing. We'll set the shark trap right here, I think. It says for enemies, so I'm going to put it there and hopefully it won't trigger on our girl here. Lovely. And he got the guardian on it. Nice. And she got that one. And there's shark trap. Okay, there we go. Beautifulness. That's some good stuff. Alright, so offhand poison. Be delivered by your next attack. Poisoned enemies will take true damage at the start of their turns, used twice per mission as a swift action. I think we're going to give that to Alsho for the bow. Maybe it'll work for the bow. Hang on. No, we're going to give it to Gordon. Okay, so your enemies improve their strategies after every fight. That was our calamity card. So now the darts have extra health. Okay. Right, done. Now we can... So now we can secure the site. Either we work faster and we potentially don't find any loot, or we investigate thoroughly and potentially find loot. We will investigate thoroughly. With all four, it's going to take a whole month, but it is what it is. Loot is good. Like loot. Site secured. A thorough delving gave us resources. Okay. 3 ingots. And a Gwelder brooch. Augments health. Let's give that to our mage. Alright. Now, we're good. So we're going to head back over here and finish our scouting mission, but now we've got everybody. So there will be another calamity before we get there. But it's kind of just how it goes. Right there. Alright, enemies advance their plans over time. We can choose to cancel things with LPs. We have 6 of them saved up, I think. So I think we're going to cancel the Morthagi. Oh yeah, we do. We have 5. You know what? I'm going to cancel both of them. Since we had a long haul there. Let's finish this. Beautiful. So, Linkswan Timberland with Mallowhame Veins occupied by the Draven. Sorry. Let's get this one done. Outside of Mallowhame Veins, a breeze rolls through the treetops. This is spotted by Ann Austin. Our girl coughs. There's a whoosh. Some swoosh. Why is it that wherever I stand, the smoke follows? Law of the wilderness, the campfire always picks the chosen one. Let's hope the wind keeps up. Anything to mask our approach is welcome. More coughing. Uh-oh. Draven. Draven ran. Nice try, little scout snout. After it, hurry! Wait a second, we don't have our gear ready or a plan, or we'll lose the Drav if we don't move now, and then it gets to tell its friends about us. Let's go, or we need to at least prepare. I think Sen's on the job here. Let's go. A chaotic departure from camp ensues. Bo, should I douse the fire? It's probably fine. Running and trying to tighten buckles at the same time is not easy. The would-be scout doesn't get far. Clunk. Before Sen and Alsho bring it down. Yay. Been a while since a single draw was enough to scare us. Thing is, though, it's never just a single draw. The reedy sound of Draven battle cries goes up not far from them. farm hearts now. They probably didn't expect this particular turn of events either. Dun dun dun. Alright, so we got stumps and darts. Alright. Let's get, you see the fog of war though, where nobody can see anything. I'm gonna get our guy back here. I think that can work. He also has Silk Step. So with an elusive step, you slip into the gray plane. While in gray plane, hidden to enemies and attacks ignore armor. We're gonna go ahead and Silk Step. And it gives us a range of areas we can get to. So we're gonna Silk Step over there. But that ends our turn. Alright. We're gonna move our Wizzy boy up here. And let's have him interfuse with this bird statue. It can do a bone lance, which is nice. Get a little catapult damage there. Okay, let's get our guy up here. And apply poison. And guardian. And we'll get our girl. If she ends her turn by moving, she gets guardian, so we'll put her right here. Okay. Okay. There we go. Get him. Alright. So, we got our guy first here. I see traps there, so I'm not going to step there. Let's shoot first and ask questions later. There we go. We got Lover's Vengeance from that, because they're together. We'll have our mage over here. See if we can we interfuse with that fire? Too far. We'll catch this tree. And we'll do Splinter Burst up here. Shredded armor is always nice. And we'll have our guy come over here. That way if this one wants to get closer, we've got Guardian on. Alright, so it's still her turn. Let's have her move over here. And we'll enter her for Guardian as well. Help protect the mage. Alright, there we go. We got Wolf Call from Gordon. Nice. Let's take a shot. Got it. Lover's Vengeance again. Okay. Nice, we got a level up for Sen. So now she's a Bloodhorn warrior. She got some boosts to her stats. She could also get Wolf Call. Untouchable. When she gets a kill, the next attack against her within one turn will miss. She could have Thundering Challenge, or we could upgrade her Paladin to at the end of every turn, even if you ended it by attacking. I think I'm gonna go with the upgrade to Paladin instead of Untouchable. That way we're guaranteed. There we go. A Sky Killer Great Sword. Individual attacks. Okay, so it's just a good thing. Alright, let's give that to, you know what, Sky Killer. I think our boss lady needs that. Let's replace her pickaxe. And we're gonna keep it named, you could even rename it, but I'm gonna keep it named Sky Killer. That's good. I like it. Okay, we cannot cancel this one. The Dralvin now have Storm Throats, which I believe are like their clerics. Okay, let's secure this one. Investigate thoroughly. Done. Make it go quick. Make it go quick. Alright, what do we get? What do we get? Heartwoods and fabrics. And a sash of grace gives a dodge chance. I'm gonna give that to... We're gonna give that to Gordon. He earned that. Okay. Let us... We're gonna have to build a bridge to get over here either way, so let's just go ahead and do it now. Wait, hang on. Double check. Is that done? Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's get started. Build it up. 36 days. We got a little while later. Working, working, working. Alright. Now we'll go scouting, scouting. Auden Timber. Audenburg Shrine. Let's go. Okay. Mooring Light by Douglas Austin. It was here upon a secret lake, in a secret place, on a moonless night fit for promise breakers, fence dodgers, for lovers forced to dampen their lips in darkness. It was here, on such a night, she'd fled. Pursued by the wrath of a goddess she'd cheated, here Gale Flagenstar laid her life's treasure to rest. Green odors rise from the lake, its black muddy shore. A solitary moon piper whistles while the windless reeds hold silent. Did I do the wrong thing, leaving Quayloth to come foraging? Did I come too far? Talk to me, you big strange knight. As Sen is doubting the wisdom of wandering, she sees something strange, spiderweb thin and strung from stone to star. An impossible thread of light. Should I fail to return, I tether you to these constellations. The line will fade, but in the season of Glindergast, on the night the stars are samely scattered, then your mooring light shall beam skyward. Let a brave, well-meaning pair of eyes be your discoverer. 20 hard strokes from shore, Sen hauls herself up. Through a hole the size of a pine nut, warmthless light streams. Little bit conspicuous, isn't it? Hard to imagine it's anything worth getting soaked for. Even as she watches, it starts to shrink. The night sky rolls toward its horizon, and the light sinks back into the ground. Probably have to make my decision now, just wish someone could give me a vote, yes or no. I'll dig, I guess. I'll be silly and hope. Hope you weren't a trap or some hallowed thing. Finding herself unstruck by any unhappy hand of the heavens, she bends to dig, and soon scraping earth away with the side of her blade, Sen uncovers the secret of this stony lake isle. Is it a book or the ancients' resting place? I'll go with my friend. A rock? Nothing particularly pretty about it either. Sometimes you do have to laugh, how the world keeps you humble. Sorry about the pretty comment. Here, let's see, maybe you're covering something, or... Bending, she gives it a tug. It's quite loose. So she gets her hands under it, hoping to heave it out, and almost falls on her butt. Oop, it's so light. Something really is special about it. I did basically think there was. It wasn't like I was completely dismissive of it. I just was remarking on what it appeared to be. A familiar voice calls her then. Sen! Sen, the shore! Quayloth, that you? What do you mean Hang on, I'm coming back. You'll float, won't you? Let's wrap you in... Where's my oilcloth? Let's wrap you in that in case you don't like the water. The swim back is ungraceful, the bagged stone bobbing tied at her waist. Alsho found their position, the Dralvin mustered up by the old shrine. You're soaked, aren't you cold? Silly of me, but I followed a light. Sen's rock is peculiar, odder than even its odd properties would seem to make it. Of water and star, of wishing salt and mended laughter, a stone-old story begins to tell itself. Dun dun dun. Alright, so we got a couple of storm throats. Turning its nose to the earth and sky, it hunts, it seeks, it bellows like thundercloud. So we got a couple storm throats, a stump, and a dart. Alright. Our sneaky sneak boy is going to sneaky sneak up here. And silk step over to here. Our magey mage boy is going to go over here, and then we'll interfuse with this one, this mystical trunk, so that we can splinter blast on this guy. Shred some armor. Love it. Okay, let's go over here. We'll apply some poison, and then we'll enter Guardian. And since she's got the ability to enter Guardian no matter what, let's see. You know what? I'll go ahead and put her right here next to this guy. As soon as he moves, he's getting whacked. Harass. Okay. Oh, they did multiple things. There we go. Wreck his shit. Let's go, son. There's our dart. Okay, so the Stormthroat birds basically cause distraction and damage. -1 speed, take 1 shred or damage at start of turn. Can be removed by self or ally. Let us shoo bird. And then we'll get over here. And then we'll have Gordon take up a guardian position. Let's have our girly here get the Stormthroat. Got 1. That's good. And now she'll be in guard mode again. And we'll shoot. Dang. That sucked. Okay. Oh no. Ah! Dude, you do way too much. Let's silk step really quickly. Let's interfuse with the scarecrow. Bone lance. I was hoping we'd get a bone lance. There we go. Make some damage here. Let's get our boy in the fight. Big swing, big swing. Nice. And get over here and wreck this little dart. Please. Nice. Alright. Good stuff. Alright, we got warrior armor called Brawl Guard. Hardened leather and a few cushioned studs is what the hill brawlers wear. Easy to move in, easy to fight in, and able to soften a slashing edge. To some, the scanty pieced armor looks like a boast. No one's saying it isn't. She got the sword, we're gonna give him the armor. Make him look like Conan over here. Claim it. Alright, back at Mooring Light. Days go by. The battle at Audenburg Shrine becomes another Drov-haunted memory. Send palms over the stone she found, maybe for no other reason than that its strangenesses, its textures, its contours are becoming familiar. That's how she discovers its secret. What's this I'm touching? Hey love, that shadow on the hillside? Turns out it was just an old dry well. At least we checked though, right? Wax has been tamped into a groove in the otherwise hard, smooth surface. Sweating wax, softened by the fire's nearness. Sorry, I didn't hear that. What? No, it's okay to get absorbed sometimes. Sorry, I got... What about out there? Guess I can assume we're in a good spot? Safe. Safe-ish. Safer than some places we've slept. Screwing first a thumb down through the wax, Sen squeezes her fingers in. Something's been preserved in the... and pinches loose a rolled slip of paper. Huh. The ancient note is scrawled in runes she can't read. A map links star reckonings with hill shapes. A diagram swims with stick images, swirls, and a repeated shape that must be the rock. So for 3 thick logs of a fire, Sen will study it. Comparing constellations, interpreting the sketches of a hurried hand. Takes 2 people by the looks of it. Yeah? To wash a rock? Bathe it, she said. It's weirder. It is, I guess, weirder. It's much weirder. I'll definitely echo that. Now I've just got to get another person excited about undertaking an ill-charted, likely fruitless journey. Yeah, good luck with that. Dude, that is your wifey poo. Long after the fire is embers, Sen is up and map musing. Wait, I do know that ridge. That's Apple Tree Land. Yes, someone left this and it's meant to be found. Dun dun dun. The storm throats get extra damage. They're stronger now. Dun dun dun. Alright. Oh, this is the, that's the thingy. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. But, she said it takes 2. So, let's see. Oh, Child of Night by Douglas Austin. Here's a cold spring sunrise. Sen discovers a strange rock buried on a lonesome lake isle. It weighed less than a pickle pot, but in her thoughts it became a mountain. For secreted in wax among its contours, she discovered a note, a map with drawn instructions. Stone bathing, yeah, it's weird, but at least it's instructions. So on an early spring morning, shadows on the land, making it all like a glimpse of another age, another world. On a morning like this one, I could convince myself it's worthwhile. Will she embark? She cannot go alone. So, we're gonna take Hubs over here with us. Let's go. And we'll set the other 2 to securing the shrine. It will take 47 days, but hopefully these 2 won't be gone that long, and we can join them up as soon as they get back. Okay, Child of Night, here we go. Yeah, I'd stake my son's breakfast on it. This here's the place she meet. What? Who? What? Huh? I've really done it, haven't I? This girl's liable to fall in love with me now. Such a nuisance. Who is this? A bright, cool day. This fascination isn't the simple curiosity others might assume. I mean, you're even more unusual than you seem, and I wonder if you're dangerous. My dear, you do make me worry sometimes. Sen tenderly tucks the rock inside some weatherproof sacking. It's the end of the journey almost. Alsho feeds a frivolous fire. Wonder if that man's coming back. Been a long piece of the morning now, hasn't it? This guy, okay. I guess Yabarg, what? Same what? I have returned. That's good, but we're not who you want to surprise. Seriously with him? Haven't said anything. Yes, well, it's anyway, it's where I remember it being. Of course it was. What? Let's lunch. Let me lie down a moment, and I'll hike with you back up there. Shouldn't take longer than a couple hours. Young, sturdy woman. Ew! Should have no trouble. Ew! So after lingering for a late morning meal, the man, Gilbert, whose ranch is nearest the mountain, leads them up it. Yeah, the rain will move the rocks around sometimes, but it's never not the slopes I learned my herbs on. What? This dude. Chuckle of water happy in its path, damp newtly smells, and the spicy aroma of cinder broom. All year round it sings its tune just like this, never frozen, never too warm or icy, just like this. Little button caps, the kids in Pale Meadow call them Yolger huts. Whoops, now I see why you went that way around. Been a holy place sometimes when lots of holy places was a thing folks needed. Nowadays we don't think that way, but it is neat. Fed from deep below, I guess I've heard. Oh, these button caps? Badgers do go for those. Badgers are funky. Its original name is one of those hefty to pronounce old words, but it's translated as Starfall Spring. Starfall Spring? Like it? You should see it at night. Know why it's called that? Here we go. Get up here and you can scoot yourself down on your butt. Almost got to it, so slippery. The rain-smoothed rock is salted with dirt and gravel. The mountain continues higher where it can be heard battling tireless winds. Great boulders guard the water. Customs that you'll swim here when you're small. I was 4, I did. Brought my boy when he was 6. But he was scared, never did it. Now he's a clunk, it makes sense. Wonder why. I don't feel anything overly special about it. The name, though, for some reason captures my imagination. I think as for the name, just wait. It's from how it looks under the stars, like someone knocked a few of them down, to glimmer in the water, like beautiful things, like gemstones, I mean. Is that it? Oop. So, but I do need to get back and check the ox ain't dead. I'll come along in a week's time. I'll bring supplies for you. Dude, this guy's weird. I think it's an undue degree of kindness you're showing us if I'm being... Right? I'm sus. But no, we do appreciate it. Here's what I'd ask you to do. Burn some drift moss. I saw some down there. Burn it at the foot of the mountain. It's probably right that we at least help. We'll look for smoke then. Week, 10 days, make it 10? What? I'm so confused. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it won't take so long, whatever you're doing. You can come spend some time at my ranch. Sure, that could happen. Yeah, sure. Why is she being so sus, and why is he being so sus? Not hard to feel the warmth in that man's gaze, is it? Don't know what you mean. Hope you plan on being fair about it, at least. Sen studies her instructions once more as the pale light pinkens and passes from the sky. They'll take time, too, to prepare a camp. And as night blossoms... Won't need a torch. I'll show Clambers up to gaze on something he'll remember the rest of his life. When to become so glimmer-kissed is the only word I can think of to say. Or unword, really, but it's fine. No, yeah, it was a moment ago. I turned around to pick this up, and it was sparkling? I understand now why it's inspired their awe and pride, the folks here. So far as... Ooh. As far as our whole stone bathing, this will be night 1. Yep, they're so... as if a huge hammer swinger shattered pearls against this great black slate. It's truly a numinous place. She reaches out, lets the rock down in one palm until it floats, and pulls her arm back. The water feels weird, warmer than air. A phantom sensation lasts on the skin, even after Sen withdraws her hand, like an invisible current churning. So they try to bathe the rock. Oh, they're naked! Holding it under, pouring water over it with their cupped hands, watching the water stream off its gleaming smooth surfaces. The buoyant stone fights the submersion. They wind up taking shifts. Inevitable boredom and mounting exhaustion turn what first seemed a whimsical task into a muscle-chewing challenge. And that's night 1. And another night to another and another. Evening to midnight to the black early hours. The sun peeks in like a puzzled friend each morning, pitying their cold bones in that cramped mountain crook. Sometimes among mindless stretches of task they feel peace. Sometimes the world's beauty beats on the hardened senses of even its worst worn and weariest waves on a rocky coast. Reduces the resistances, reveals dark, fresh awe where studied, sun-bleached impressions of things had seemed so solid and permanent. It's 12 days on, overcast at noon, that grinning man Gilbert returns. Figured you wouldn't see my smoke, so I just carried these things up myself. They take the night off to talk and eat together, enjoying the bread, meat, and wine he's brought. Asked the widow who now keeps the red orchard, and pruned from her a little sprig of lore I hadn't heard, that this pool was in fact made by a star that fell to earth, long, long ago, in the youth of sands and water. That's what Starfall Spring means. So Gilbert's up early. What's he doing? What? And Gilbert, ranch owner and unfailing windy heart, gives grim accounting of his casually on-leading ways and the beloved wife he has at home, who is not at all deceased, as he may have implied upon first meeting them. Oh, damn. He stoops as he trudges down the mountain, heavy still with the weight of his confession. Yeah, Alsho gonna knock him on his head. Or just laugh at him. Okay. They'll return to the rhythm of their labors. Several nights pass, and they've continued taking their turns, bathing with the rock and drying by the fire. Doesn't feel like it needed both of us, though. Am I glad? Yeah, I'd be dead tired by now. Uh-oh, something's happening. Crackle. Sprack. Oh, it's growing? Floop. It burbles and sparkles. The little rock... Oh, it's a thing. The little rock beast paddles and hauls itself ashore. What? Suddenly, like it woke up from its mineral dream. Waggle? Sen has to hurry, leaping down the night boulders, on a pathless scramble to who knows where. Oh no, this is... oh dear. Oh dear me. I thought we were gonna be done. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. My bad. Beneath the surface uncovers an alluring artifact. Let's take the opportunity. Sometimes Alsho would dig. This is Beneath the Surface by Douglas Austin. A hobby is what it was, an alluring prospect for a naturally curious mind, with rarely any real reward. There we go. Senna found something. Whatever. I'm gonna skip through most of this. Here we go. What did we dig up? A tablet, a stone tablet with pictures on it. Let's keep moving. Looks like a map, right? We know some of these landmarks. Kind of have to find this place if we can. Let's see. Can we go back? Okay. We'll get to it if we can. Let's just Go. Alright, so we secured the site, got some hardwoods and spell threads, yay, and Owl-Wise bracelets augments potency. Let's give that to Alsho. Okay, let's send our two boys over here to scout. Scout. When dreams were young. Are you even going anywhere or just trying to kill us? Little rock dude. Feet fumbling, light failing. By tonight, it'll be 2 full days they've been walking. Just saying there's a point we can't keep going, right? What then? Oh no! Oh no! You complained and now it's pissed. Okay, so they're pissed off at each other. The little thingy is Oh, it's open again. Cool. Can we keep going? They trek over the scrubby feet of mountains onto sheets of yellow-gray field land. The threadbare fields are clutched up onto the knees of thinning hills. On these wind-hollowed hills, Sen and Alsho trace the path of their unflagging, small-striding guide. 11 nights since the pool. The long, slow chase ends the following morning. They are hidden from a cloudy sky by musky woods. The rockling stops. What's it showing us? Indeed. A hanging image, a light swarm, a memory. The spectre of a home that bitterly had stood, well before the towns they know, well before the wood. It was a fearful place for the girl who lived there, a place she couldn't leave, for though she was born a blissful, ember-fond girl, she became something else instead. She became a girl chased by wildfire, a girl tangled, chewed by flames. But the glowing jaws clenched round her knees. Her parents pried them free, brought her back over the hills to the house, and here left her living in the care of Spring. Spring entrusted her to Summer. Summer hid her in fragrant shade for Fall to find. Grandmother Winter visited with rain to cool her painful feet, and none of them once allowed this girl to starve. 3 years there wound together like roots, wild-fed and weather-blessed. Nights, when the inside of the house was darkest, she was happiest. She'd wait for twilight up on Clover Top Hill, scowling down moonrise but welcoming stars. On one such night, she saw a powerful thing. To the mountain she followed, where she'd seen the thing plummet 20 days on young brittle legs, to the rim of a crater which was brimming with star melt, and a drifting there stone opened up before her eyes. The orphan girl Gale met little Ogogan that day. Ogogan, out of darkness. Ogogan, whose mother, the night, must have adopted this girl, for thereafter they were sisters on an every path adventure, lucky and free, looked on by unnumbered family. Did a mystic flame flare in the girl's scarred heart, bringing the stone alive, or was it the stone that instilled in her its celestial power? An answer never mattered to either of them. The orphan Gale Flagonstar became Gale the Starkin Child, a brave, friendly rambler, a solver of troubles, a crafter of miracles, and to her dear ones always a guardian. Until the final night, when she left this world alone. She was a young woman who never went home. The woods are strange. It's said somewhere that trees learn to gather in thousands close and tall in order to hide what they're up to from the eyes of fearing people. Here I have that feeling more than any forest else. Ogogan's knocking on something. So basically we choose whether Ogogan sticks close to Sen or Alsho or on her own. I think this is meant more to Sen. Okay. Oh, we got an achievement from that too. A mythic menagerie. 5 different pets across all campaigns. How lovely. Let's take everybody. Oop, my bad. There we go. Everybody go. As quick as you can. Alright, let's finish gathering here. Alright, so infested just means that we need to do this patrol step first. Otherwise, the Draven party is a little more powerful. So this just literally eats up more time, but saves you some trouble in the actual fight. Okay. Here's the thing, though. I think... because it's already 9:30. I think I'm gonna just stop this here for tonight. I didn't think about how long it actually takes, and I'm a tired bean. And that way I can hopefully get this uploaded before midnight. So again, thank you for watching even after the fact. I'm sorry I couldn't live stream this one. Maybe I'll try to live stream some Wildermyth next week for Wacky Wednesday. Donate to Extra Life with my link if you can. Share if you can't. Like, comment, subscribe, follow. If nothing else, you are appreciated, you are lovely, and don't let chaos bite you in the ass on the way out, my darlings. Have a good night, and I'll catch you on the next one.